Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're on the air with Jonathan McLeod. I am the songwriter and singer of my new album Beyond Survival, and I'm here to speak about it and elaborate about it. Thanks for to ever who tuned in. Thank you very much. It means a lot to me. And today, as I just said, I'll be elaborating on my new album Beyond Survival. And at the end of this broadcast, I have about 2 songs from that album which I would like to share with you. Okay. The album Beyond Survival is I wrote it in about July, and I was very excited about writing this album. And the reason is it's the first time I've ever actually written songs so like deep and songs so meaningful to me, and I was very happy to write it. And the album was actually written, published, recorded all by me in my microphone on my computer. I have a studio inside my computer, so it helps me do that too. So I did all of that by myself to test myself and see how well I could do under pressure, because I made a set date that I wanted this album to come out. The date was July 17th, and that was actually on my mom's birthday. And I was very happy that it came out on my mom's birthday, that it was finished. So me writing the album Beyond Survival was the mixture of me listening to Adele, Amy Winehouse, some Katy Perry, and a lot of artists like Maroon 5 and Neon Trees and those other artists. It was a mixture of me listening to them and putting those songs together. If you have ever listened to a track from my album, you will realize that it has some jazz in there that will remind you of the voice of Amy Winehouse or Adele. And you also have some songs in there that would remind you of like let's say like it's very like jumpy and very dancey. You would want to dance to it. And then I have some songs in there like it has raps in there, so it's like a little bit of Nicki Minaj and Adele and Amy Winehouse and Maroon 5 come together in one album. For me, that was a spectacular thing, and I was just on edge writing this album. I wanted to make sure that everything was perfect and that everything was properly done. It took me a while to actually be settled with what I wrote on the album, and I even added some covers in there of some songs I really loved. Like I added a Christina Perri song of Arms, her song Arms. I love that song. And I added a song from Adele called Don't You Remember. And I also did a Skyscraper cover by Demi Lovato, and I sung that. So I put some covers in there of the songs I really like. Let me talk to you about the various songs. The first song I wrote on this album was called We Will Survive. That's how I got the name Beyond Survival. We Will Survive is actually a nice lyrical song. It features music like you go to the beach and you would hear the waves crashing. It has that in the music track, and I love that part. It's kind of soothing. That song is actually a part of a jazz ensemble song that I wrote. It's kind of jazzy, and it makes you feel nice and smooth. So I love that song. The second song I wrote was I Thought I Told You. I thought I Told You is like more teenage rock, you know, getting it out there. I thought I told you couldn't change me. Why are you trying to change me? It's kind of teenage rebellion, kind of that way. The third song that I wrote for this album was Can You Hear Me Screaming? Can You Hear Me Screaming was to reflect how sometimes you're trying to box everybody in, and you think you're over that person, like you were in the relationship with them, and you exit the relationship, and you think you're over them, but you really aren't. And inside you're like dying inside. You're like, can you hear me screaming like I want you back, but you're with somebody else, and it's very confusing. The other song I wrote was Far From the Shore. Far From the Shore is much like We Will Survive. I actually wrote those two songs on the same day, believe it or not. Far From the Shore, it has the same like beach waves and nice smooth jazz music. That is also another jazz song. It has that kind of music, and it just makes you wanna just relax and think about it. So that's Far From the Shore. Let's put it in the bag. Let's put it in the bag. I wrote that song while I was listening, like literally while I was listening to Jessie J Price Tag. That's why at the end of each chorus it has price tag, and I was like, ooh, I can add price tag to this song because it sounds good. So it says, let's put in the bag price tag. So that's how it went. That's how it came together. That's how the price tag came into it. I told you about the covers. The reason why I did the covers is because I really love those songs and I wanted to add them, and I think that they would make a great addition to the album. Skyscraper was a particular cover that I did because I really wasn't thinking about doing Skyscrapers. It's not one of my favorites, and it's not by one of my favorite artists, Demi Lovato. But the reason I did that song is because I got an email and a phone call from this little girl. She was about 9 years old, and she said, Jonathan, I really love your music, and I live in LA, and I would just love if you did a Skyscraper cover for me. I would just be on top of the world. And it touched my heart so much that I was in the middle of recording. I think, Don't You Remember cover. Or I thought I told you, I don't remember. But I was in the middle of recording, and as soon as I finished recording, bam, I was learning Skyscraper because I didn't know the song. I was learning it, and by the next 3 hours I was recording it because I really wanted to let her be happy because she's only 9 years old. So I wanted her to back. So I sent her the email and said, definitely, I'll definitely do it. And by the end of the day, about at 8 o'clock, it was on my site, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna put it on my album just for her. And I did that. And I also did a YouTube video for that, of that song just for her too. After the publication of my album, Beyond Survival, I wrote 2 other songs. I wrote Alter Ego, Hezekiah Winefield. Though that's one title. Alter Ego, Hezekiah Winefield is one title. And then I wrote Hey Hey, which is a jazz song. Alter Ego is a teen Nicki Minaj song, kinda like there. And Hey Hey is like a nice jazz. It's acid jazz actually. It's that kind of genre, and it's very like what should I say? It's very laid back, but it still has that oomph to it. Hezekiah Winefield, the Alter Ego song that I wrote that song under the inspiration of Nicki Minaj's alter ego Roman, because you know she has the alter ego. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna create an alter ego of myself. So since I'm Jamaican, but I love Brits, I love British people. I want to live in London someday. I just love Britain. So I made an alter ego named Hezekiah Winefield, who is from Britain. He's from East London, and he doesn't care what anybody say. He just has his little nice British accent, and he talks like this because, you know, he's British. So he talks like this all the time, and that's how I came up with Hezekiah Winefield. It's an alter ego of me loving Britain and coming from Britain. Okay, we'll go into a commercial break. That's supposed to advertise my new album, so we'll just go into a commercial break. And we're back from that commercial break. I wanted to do actually I think I did about, let's see here. I did about 3 or 4 covers on this album, but I really wanted to do 5. But see, after a while, it gets really tiring because I was really tired and it was coming close to the deadline. And I only got a chance to make one official video, and it was a dance video of the song I Thought I Told You, and it's of me dancing, which you can check on my website. I think that's gonna be advertised in the next commercial. You can check those informations on my website and you can see the official video and my YouTube page. I was supposed to make at least 5 more official official videos, and I asked my friend who lives in LA, and she's a dancer. I said, could you dance for these songs for me? And she said, definitely, Jonathan. But she got caught up with something totally different, and she didn't get a chance to do it. So I said, it's okay. Don't blame yourself. So I end up only having video for this album, but it's probably gonna be too late, so I probably won't make it. My next album, I'm not planning to even start writing new songs for the next album until next month, about September or so, or probably in December, and release it in 2013. Cause I'm in school, so I'm going to back to school on the 20th of this month, which is August. And I'm gonna be deep in studies until my birthday. My birthday is on October 29th. On my birthday, I think it's a weekend. Let me check. My birthday is not a weekend. My birthday is on a Monday, which is school. Oh, Lord. So, yeah. So I'm probably not gonna be writing any songs. I'll probably write like 2 songs over Thanksgiving, if I can, if I'm free, cause I'm probably gonna be traveling. But December, anytime in December, I'm planning actually to either travel to London or to travel to Jamaica on Christmas, but I still have New Year's break. So on either one of those break, I can write those album songs and produce that album to come out in February probably of 2013. It's time for another commercial break that's gonna give you information about. It's gonna be me talking in the commercial. It's gonna be telling you about the informations on my site and the website address, and my YouTube page and my Facebook page. So, check it out. And we're back from that commercial break. It's coming to the end of this broadcast. And as I promised, I'm gonna play 2 tracks from my album Beyond Survival. One is a cover, the cover of Arms, and the other one, let me pick for you. Let me pick. I'm gonna pick it, and the other one is going to be Can You Hear Me Screaming? Okay, here is Arms. I never thought that you would be the one to hold my heart. But you came around and you knocked me off the ground from the start. You put your arms around me, and I believe that it's easier for you to let me go. You put your arms around me and I'm home. Many times will I let you change my mind and turn around. I can't decide if I'll let you save my life or if I'll drown. I hope that you see right